Hey, Caitlin.
Hey, Chelsea.
Thanks for driving us home.
Oh, anytime.
Make sure you're focusing on the highway before we, so we don't get in any trouble. Don't look at me when you talk.
Professional driver over here.
Focus on the road. Hi, everybody. This is Chelsea and Caitlin here at the Short Score, the week of October. Oh, it's Halloween week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be November by the end of this week, which is kind of crazy. It's we're about 5 weeks away from the start of the NFR and the World Series finale, and we just wrapped up with the U.S. Finals. So on this episode, we're going to go over some of the highlights of the U.S. Finals because there was a lot of cool stuff that happened there, and it was a really great week for a lot of team ropers at every level. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the WCRA leaderboard because the next big event that the WCRA is hosting in Guthrie is coming up here in a few weeks. There's going to be a last chance qualifier for it, so I want to let you know how to get in. And the INFR, we're going to talk about who won the Indian Finals and how awesome that was. So I know Jamie Arvizo, our regular photographer, was there, and I can't wait to see all of her shots because she got some really cool stuff that she posted on social media. You'll have to look at our next issue, our December issue, for all of that. All right, so first, let's start with the U.S. Finals. Caitlin, you got to watch a couple days of action there, and we are still making calls to winners, kind of trying to catch up because so many people won big money there. We have a lot to talk to still.
Never-ending cycle.
It is a never-ending cycle of phone calls because the difference between calling amateur ropers, or recreational ropers as we like to say, and professional ropers. The professional ropers answer our phone calls all the time, mostly because They're driving. And they might as well answer our phone numbers. Or they usually know our phone numbers. They answer our phone calls. These recreational ropers have something called a job. Mm-hmm. So we aren't always as quick with our results and our stories about these recreational ropers and things that they win because these folks are working. They see our strange phone numbers calling. They maybe wait to listen to our voicemails for a little bit. So anyway, Caitlin, who have you talked to so far?
I've talked to Jason O'Brien. I don't know if everyone saw on ridepass.com. He and his partner Jack Foster got off their horses after they won the number 10 shootout and did Dirt Angels.
Yeah, that was awesome. Little punchy. I loved him.
He's a hoot to talk to. I did not want to get off the phone with him. I enjoyed his conversation.
Somebody that I talked to Colton Scott, who is a rancher from Oklahoma, and he won 2 rope-ins. He won the 11 exclusive and the 12 shootout, I believe. And so that was fun. He had the biggest day of his roping career, so it was really fun to talk to him. Him and his dad had worked really hard to get him ready for it. He didn't win with his dad, but he gave a lot of credit to his dad for turning all those steers for him, so that was cool. And I think he was riding a mare, which was fun, too. Mm-hmm. And then the other big winner, the back-to-back winner at the U.S. Finals is Haley Williams. Haley won the 11 for the second year in a row. That was one of the most popular stories of the week on our website, for sure. People were really excited to see Haley doing big things. I know Speedy is pushing and excited for his daughter, and I mean, not pushing because I know she's pushing herself and she wants it, but Speedy is 110% behind his daughter becoming the best header she can be. So it's been exciting to watch Haley rope the last couple of years at all of our jackpots across the board.
Yeah, she's always a fun one to watch.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And her on that roan horse that was Speed's, then it was
her mom
Jennifer's, and then Haley stole it, as happens when you're a parent. So that was a really cool thing to see, and it was just a really great week in Oklahoma City. I want to make sure everybody knows that we appreciate that y'all came to that rope-in, and we look forward to seeing you again in Vegas here in a couple weeks at the World Series finale. All right, the WCRA, the World Championship Rodeo Alliance, that their next event is the 3rd week in November in Guthrie. The top 150 in the timed events make it back. Plus, every so many, there's going to be a last chance qualifier during the jackpots held right before the event in Guthrie. And that last chance qualifier is going to take so many based on entries into the preliminary rounds of the semifinals of the WCRA, which is a mouthful to say. I just checked the leaderboard. Jake Long's leading it on the heel side. Caleb Driggers is, of course, leading it on the head side. And those guys have, grew up roping at the Lazy E and Guthrie for U.S. Opens and all kinds of things. So we'll get to see them again at the world famous Lazy E, one of my favorite facilities for sure to go to.
Are you going?
I think so. Yeah, I think I am. That is on my schedule.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, and we just figured out that we're going to definitely go to the timed event again this year, which is next March. But just speaking of the Lazy E, another one of my favorite events, the contestant list is going to be out soon, or if it's not out already, I got a little sneak peek of it, and it's going to be just another great event there at the timed event. So, with that said, the WCRA, it's filling up. The nomination period is closed. You've got to check out their social media and their website for all the information, or listen to our episode quite a few episodes ago with Bobby Moe, where he explained kind of all of the background and how it's going to work and everything that's going into it. This event is going to pay, I believe, $500,000 in Guthrie. There's going to be tons of people there, I think, from every level, because you can qualify so many different ways. Whether it's at your local jackpot or a World Series roping or a big roping or a barrel race or anything that way, MBHA, Indian finals, IPRA stuff. It was just a kind of a really diverse group of rodeo athletes that are going to be there in Guthrie. So stand by for that and look for more information on WCRA's social channels.
Indian finals.
Edward Hawley and Miles John won the Indian finals. Those guys rope in the PRCA. They're awesome ropers, and they are your INFR champs in 2018. So,
did you see Eric Rogers got beat out in the dummy roping?
I did see that kid whipped on him, so that's good. Good for Rogers. That was awesome. One of my favorite things about the Indian finals, I know Dustin Bird was there. He was competing. Derek Begay was there roping with his dad, Victor. But I did see that Sinigini and Rogers were both there kind of supporting the whole crew. They were helping with Ride Pass, who was covering the event. They were there with Anthony Lucia, kind of talking about providing the play-by-play color commentary for everything that was going on. So, check out, I think it is on Ride Pass still. I bet you can still watch it. And you can still watch the U.S. finals, and you'll be able to watch the World Series finale if you get a subscription to Ride Pass. So make sure to check that out. Download the Ride Pass app for your phone, for your smart TV, so you've got that handy, and it's kind of a great way to watch year-round rodeo, World Series, USTRC, all kinds of cool coverage. It was kind of a slow week in pro rodeo competition, but what did happen was our own circuit finals just went down. The Mountain State Circuit Finals were this last weekend in Loveland, Colorado. I saw that Paul Beckett from Laramie, Wyoming, and JC Flake, who is originally from Arizona, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But he's been rodeoing our circuit this year for sure. It was good to see, because he's going to college here.
Yeah.
I believe. They won the average at the circuit finals, and Clayton Van Aken and Trey Yates won the year end. So those are the teams
Dizzle.
Yep, Trey Dizzle had about 23,001 in the circuit. I saw Clayton had 20-some thousand. So they will all be representing the Mountain States in Kissimmee. So, all right. Well, Caitlin, thanks for keeping your eyes on the road. We are just getting every last bit of work in that we can right now. Like I said this last week, we are producing an Arizona special issue that's going to be seen at all the different roping facilities and hotels and all across towns in Arizona. It's going to be kind of a special one-time treat that we hope will be more than one-time thing that we're going to do every winter. So look forward to that. We're almost done with it. It's going to press at the end of the week. The other thing we're working on is the World Series finale program. We are awaiting the schedule because so many of you guys entered at the last minute, which is awesome. We are waiting to figure out all the rotations and everything from the office in Albuquerque, and then the World Series finale program is going to be done, and you will get that in the mail with your December issue of the Team Roping Journal that for us goes to press, goes off to the printer to physically be printed next week. So we appreciate everybody listening. Remember, leave us a review, on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. And however you're listening, tell your friends and family on Facebook. Guys, about 60 to 70,000 people right now have been listening to The Score. That's awesome. That's how many people have listened total. So that's not how many people.
Crazy.
But when we know some of you guys are listening to it over and over again, we appreciate that so much because we put a lot of work into this every week. We take time out of our days when we could be writing or doing things that like actually people pay attention to in the big corporate world instead to talk to you all a little bit, and I love it. I love that you're listening. I love that you're enthusiastic about it. I don't think any people have ever come up to me as much to talk about the magazine as they do to talk about The Score. In my whole career, I've been at this for about a decade, and people say things about the magazine in passing, but it seems like every day I hear something new about The Score, and I love having your support. I love that you're all listening, so thanks, everybody. Thanks, Caitlin.
Thanks.
Have a good week, everybody.